Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, as reported at Legacy.com in the first week of February 2025. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any newspaper in America and beyond. Olympic sprinter Fred Newhouse died January 20th, 2025 at the age of 76. He won a gold medal at the 1976 Summer Olympics in the 4x400-meter relay, as well as a silver medal for the individual 400-meter sprint. Newhouse is also being remembered for his later years as a business and community leader. Actor John Erwin died in December 2024 at his home in Camarillo, California. He died of natural causes at the age of 88. He was best known as the original voice of He-Man in the 1980s cartoon He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, inspiring a generation with his big, booming voice. Erwin is also remembered as the voice of Morris the Cat in a long-running series of TV commercials and as the voice of Reggie Mantle in The Archie Show and other Archie TV cartoons. Sports executive Fay Vincent died February 1st, 2025 in Vero Beach, Florida. He died of bladder cancer at the age of 86. He was Major League Baseball's 8th commissioner, serving from 1989 through 1992. Vincent is being remembered for leading baseball through milestones like the earthquake that rocked the 1989 World Series and the 1993 expansion of the National League. Artist Jaune Quick-to-See Smith died January 24, 2025 in Corrales, New Mexico. She died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 85. She was a mixed media collage artist whose work explored themes from her Native American heritage, as well as environmental issues and oppression of indigenous people. Smith is being remembered for her powerful works, which have been displayed at such venues as the Smithsonian American Art Museum and New York's Museum of Modern Art. World leader Horst Köhler died February 1st, 2025 in Berlin. He died after a short illness at the age of 81. He was the president of Germany alongside Chancellor Angela Merkel, serving from 2004 through 2010. Köhler is being remembered for his work on foreign policy, especially his focus on maintaining a friendly relationship with Africa. Baseball player and coach Rich Dauer died February 3, 2025 at the age of 72. He was a second baseman who spent his entire playing career with the Baltimore Orioles, helping them to a World Series victory in 1983 and later named to the team's Hall of Fame. Dauer is also being remembered for his years as a coach, including for the Houston Astros during their World Series winning 2017 season. A note to remember, sometimes personal information, such as someone's cause of death, is not announced immediately by their family or the authorities. When a cause of death has not been officially confirmed, we do not report on rumors. Every family has a right to their privacy. World War II veteran Harry Stewart Jr. died February 2, 2025 at his home in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan at the age of 100. He joined the U.S. Army after high school and trained as a fighter pilot, becoming one of the original Tuskegee Airmen. He was one of only 4 Tuskegee Airmen to shoot down 3 enemy planes in a single day. He did it in a 1945 firefight, one of 43 combat missions he flew. Stewart is also being remembered as a member of the all-black fighter group that won the 1949 fighter gunnery meet, becoming the Air Force's first post-war Top Guns. Musician Sal Maida died February 1, 2025 in New York. He died after a fall at the age of 76. He was the bassist for Roxy Music in the 1970s, touring with the influential New Wave band. Maida is also being remembered for playing bass with such bands as Sparks, Milk and Cookies, Cracker, and The Runaways. Actor Brian Murphy died February 2, 2025 at his home in Kent, England. He died after a short battle with cancer at the age of 92. He was a star of the 1970s UK sitcom Man About the House, which was remade in the US as Three's Company, and he also starred in the spin-off George and Mildred. Murphy is also being remembered for roles in such TV shows as Last of the Summer Wine, Wizadora, and The Booze Cruise. Kultida Woods died February 4, 2025 at the age of 80. She was the mother of golf superstar Tiger Woods, who inspired his tradition of wearing red clothing for Sunday competitions. Woods is being remembered as her son's biggest supporter, who taught him the focus and discipline that helped make him a champion. Actress and singer Olga James died January 25, 2025 at an assisted living facility in Los Angeles. She died of complications from a fall at the age of 95. She was one of the stars of the 1954 movie musical Carmen Jones, playing Cindy Lou alongside Harry Belafonte and Dorothy Dandridge. James is also being remembered for her performance on Broadway in Mr. Wonderful with Sammy Davis Jr. and Chita Rivera. Musician Gene Barge died February 2, 2025 in Chicago at the age of 98. He was a saxophonist with the Church Street Five, who recorded the single A Night with Daddy G. They later added vocals by Gary U.S. Bonds, creating the hit Quarter to Three. Barge is also being remembered for his work with many other musicians, including Little Richard, Natalie Cole, James Brown, and Muddy Waters. Artist David Edward Byrd died February 3, 2025 after fighting pneumonia at the age of 83. He was one of the great rock poster artists of the 1960s, creating psychedelic concert posters for Jimi Hendrix, the Grateful Dead, and many other artists in a style that became highly influential. Byrd is also being remembered for his artwork for such Broadway shows as Follies, Godspell, Little Shop of Horrors, and Jesus Christ Superstar. Bowler Gary Mage died January 20, 2025 in Vancouver, Washington at the age of 78. He was a Pro Bowling Association Hall of Famer who excelled in the 1960s and 70s, taking home the PBA Tour national title at the Seattle Open in 1972. Mage is being remembered for founding the PBA Northwest region and serving as its regional director for decades. Music producer Irv Gotti died February 5, 2025 at the age of 54. He was the co-founder of Murder Inc. Records, where he helped launch the careers of artists like Ja Rule and Ashanti. Gotti is also being remembered for producing music by Jay-Z, Jennifer Lopez, Kanye West, and many others. Prince Karim al-Husseini, better known as the Aga Khan IV, died February 4, 2025 in Lisbon, Portugal at the age of 88. He was the spiritual leader of the world's Ismaili Muslims, having held that position since 1957 when he was 20 years old. The Aga Khan is being remembered for his success as a businessman and racehorse owner, as well as for his philanthropic work on behalf of developing nations and the poor. Musician Mike Ratledge died February 5, 2025 after a short illness at the age of 81. He was a founding member of Soft Machine, playing keyboards in the pioneering psychedelic and prog rock band. Ratledge is being remembered as the last founding member to leave Soft Machine, departing in 1976 after having influenced its shift toward jazz rock in his 10-year tenure. Actor P.H. Moriarty died February 2, 2025 in London at the age of 86. He was often seen in the movies of his native England, like The Long Good Friday and Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Moriarty is also being remembered for his roles in Jaws 3, Quadrophenia, the TV miniseries Frank Herbert's Dune, and others. In addition to featuring current deaths in the news, Legacy.com also honors the lives and legacies of notable people who died in the past. Here are some of this week's anniversaries. 1 year ago this week, actor Carl Weathers died at the age of 76. He was known for his performances in the Rocky series, Predator, The Mandalorian, and many other movies and TV shows. 5 years ago this week, actor and filmmaker Kirk Douglas died at the age of 103. He was a star of classic Hollywood in movies like Lust for Life and Spartacus. 20 years ago this week, actor and activist Ossie Davis died at the age of 87. His many performances included Pearly Victorious, Do the Right Thing, and the miniseries King, and he was a civil rights icon who helped organize the 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. 25 years ago this week, stage magician Doug Henning died at the age of 52. His annual Doug Henning's World of Magic specials were beloved TV staples in the 1970s and 80s. 30 years ago this week, actor Donald Pleasance died at the age of 75. He was one of the great character actors of the 20th century, seen in such films as the Halloween series, The Great Escape, You Only Live Twice, and Escape from New York. Actor Brandon Lee was born 60 years ago this week. He died in March 1993 at the age of 28. The son of martial arts legend Bruce Lee, he was following in his father's footsteps as an action star in movies like The Crow before his untimely death. Singer and songwriter Natalie Cole was born 75 years ago this week. She died in December 2015 at the age of 65. Her hits included This Will Be an Everlasting Love, Miss You Like Crazy, and her posthumous duet with her father, Nat King Cole, Unforgettable. Actress Farrah Fawcett was born 78 years ago this week. She died in June 2009 at the age of 62. She was a 1970s TV superstar for her role in Charlie's Angels, and she was Emmy nominated for The Burning Bed and Small Sacrifices. Singer and songwriter Bob Marley was born 80 years ago this week. He died in May 1981 at the age of 36. He was a giant of reggae as the leader of the Wailers, known for songs like One Love, I Shot the Sheriff, and Redemption Song. Actress Elaine Stritch was born 100 years ago this week. She died in July 2014 at the age of 89. She was a Broadway great with unforgettable performances in Bus Stop, Company, A Little Night Music, and many others. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in North Carolina have been lowered to honor the memory of the victims of last week's crash between an American Airlines flight and a Black Hawk helicopter over the Potomac River. Flags in Missouri have been lowered to honor the memory of West Central Missouri Fire Protection District of Saline and Pettis Counties Captain Christopher Michael Clevenger. Flags in Alabama have been lowered to honor the memory of former Ambassador William J. Bill Cabanis. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. At Legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory, online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.